Okay, in this video, I'm showing you the Panasonic 7-14mm. This is my favorite lens to use on this camera when I'm using the gimbals like, the Came Optimus. We use this religiously for all of our real estate videos, or just, it's always on this camera when we're flying on a gimbal because you got super wide for micro four thirds in 4K. This gives you very, very wide without a lot of barrel distortion. The lines look fairly straight from this lens, and you go from 7 to 14, so you can kind of zoom in a little bit too. So that's great because it's not like a fisheye or a prime. This lens is very sharp. It's very lightweight. Again, very wide angle with straight lines, so perfect for real estate type interior videos. So we use it quite a bit. This is my favorite lens right here. Now, one of the problems though is that this lens does not have an ND filter or a way to add a filter to the front because of this kind of dome-shaped lens there. And so PVGear.com has this adapter, and it is nylon, but on the inside it has a metal thread. So it's plastic on the outside and it has a metal thread. Now the way this works is it just goes on your hood. Now you notice there's a little bit of play here because it is a clamp mount. So over on the side here you could see if you pinch these two together, as these get pressed in, it will clamp onto the hood and then it will lock into the camera lens. Now in order to do that, you could use anything from like a garbage tie to rubber bands. Here I'm using like these black hair bands. These are just tiny hair bands you can find at any store. Basically you just wrap these bands around the clamp, so it gives the clamp enough elastic to stretch over the hood, but giving it enough clamp force to stay on the hood. So I'm going to slide this on now. You can see it's going to be a very tight fit because the clamp is already pressed. Now I'm using a Fotka 86mm variable ND filter for my GH4. Now it is 86mm, which is crazy oversized for this lens, and that's to ensure that you don't get any vignetting or you don't see any of the filter. It's also very slim. You notice that the filter is very slim, so that means that it's not going to be so thick that you'll see the corners of it. So this goes to an 86, and again it has a metal thread on this adapter just like that. And then here you'll see I'll be able to rotate the variable ND without rotating the hood because it is clamped on. Now I can forcefully turn this if you want to be, have the logo up on top, but again you can turn your ND filter so we could adjust our variable ND. Now just to show you, let's kick this on, and you'll see at our widest, here we're going to zoom in, here at our widest we do not see any of the edges of that filter. So this adapter right here is what you need. If you're using this lens, you need this adapter to add ND filters to the front of this lens, but it gives you that option of a metal threaded filter here, so you could use your polarizers or anything else that you want. Very inexpensive. Again, just have to add some elastic bands here just to make sure it clamps. So what I do is when I'm putting it on, I can stretch the bands a little bit, rotate it to the way I need, then I can add my filter. What you want to do is you want to make sure that the filter is pushed up as far back as possible against the lens hood, but make sure that the lens hood is as close to this filter as possible so that you don't see any of the vignetting, and so that it's not kind of like slightly pulled out. You want this sitting back as far as possible. If you guys have any comments, leave them below. I'll also have a link to this product in the description of this video below or on the blog cheesycam.com.